Hello, I'm Rex Lita with the news update. St. Mary Inawi Primary School recently celebrated a significant milestone with the inauguration of a new double classroom by Peter Namea Isoaimo, chairman of the Lufa District Development Authority. The 250,000 kina construction marks an important development for the school, which is located 5 kilometers from Berena Township in Lufa District, Central Province. Serving a community of 3,000 to 4,000 people, the Level 5 school employs 10 teachers and accommodates 556 students, 308 of which are girls. Grade 9 and 10 students will use the new double classroom as the school transitions to include higher secondary school by 2026, in line with the new 1.6.6 education structure. However, to fully support this expansion, the school requires 22 classrooms and 12 houses for teachers. The inauguration ceremony took place yesterday. After the National Court decision declared the election of Kundiawa Gembok MP Mugua Dilu as null and void and ordered a recount, Dilu's lawyer filed an application seeking suspension to review the decision of the National Court. Another pending application is to review the decision of the Supreme Court on the matter of objection to the competency that was dismissed on 10th of June 2024. Supreme Court Judge Justice Colin McKyle, after hearing the argument from the councils, adjourned the matter to today for hearing of the applications. In welcoming the application, Petitioner William Onglo's lawyer Emmanuel Isaac further explained the application seeking suspension to review the National Court's decision.
So their application for leave is pending, but given the time period, they filed another application seeking dispensation, which basically is to shorten the time period between which the leave should be had. They wanted to bring it forward because of the time constraints.
Ahi rural local level government in Morobe province started training for interviewers, which will be assisting in the 2024 national census. Trainer Glenn Hopping commenced training at Butibam.
Rural LLG in Lake District is conducting training for officials who will be supporting the 2024 national census in Morobe province. Ahi Rural trainer Glenn Hopping said orientation was conducted on Monday, June 17, while proper training started the following day for both training locations, Malahang Technical Secondary School and Butibam Resource Center. Hopping, a teacher by profession, is training 37 people at the Butibam Resource Center, while another 37 participants are being trained by 2 other trainers at Malahang. They hope to compress the 10-day training into 6 days, with Provincial Census Coordinator for Morobe Urban, Waina Omaro, hoping to begin counting next week. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
The Lufa District Development Authority in 2023 allocated funding to subsidize school fees for tertiary students for 2024. The total value of the exercise this year is worth over 1.6 million kina.
More than 500 students from Lufa, Eastern Highlands Province received support from the district through the Lufa Tertiary School Fee Assistance Scheme. This is an increase of 197 students from last year. Lufa member Simo Kilepa said he knows the hardships of the people and wants to relieve their burdens by assisting them with the school fee subsidy. MP Kilepa, through the Lufa District Development Authority, allocated funding in 2023 and 2024 to subsidize school fees for tertiary students this year. The Lufa DDA is providing to registered university students 3,000 kina each, college students 2,000 kina, and TVET students 1,000 kina in fees support. Lufa students from 34 institutions in the country attending universities, colleges, and TVET institutions were visited and their subsidies presented.
You are lucky. And don't take this as something that easy. Or don't just treat this as
A total of 12 students studying overseas were also given their subsidies. The total value of the exercise this year cost over 1.6 million kina. In 2023, the district paid over 2 million kina for the school fee rollout. MP Kilapa said his government will continue to support students and urged them to work hard in school.
The Department of Community Development and Religion is adamant that bringing government services to the ward's level will stimulate economic growth with results. The department has embarked on building community centers where services such as training facilities and offices are closer to people for easy access.
Speaking about concepts being practiced in the Highlands region and how it is keeping youths leveled in working the land and earning a living, says Community Development and Religion Highlands Region Provincial Coordinator David Nungi. He said the department has seen that the bottom-up concept is the right way the government should approach initiatives to recoup maximum results.
The whole of government must go down to the one. We are trying it to go to provincial, it's not working. The transfer of power and passing the funds down is not working. So, from point A to Z, Namel Mirela cut it. We want to cut that bureaucracy, we want to cut the bottleneck.
According to the informal economic audit report of the Institute of National Affairs, Mr. Nugi says there is about 2 billion kina circulating in the informal sector that is not banked, which can be used.
About 2 billion kina circulating in the informal sector that is not banked. Okay, that's a quote from the informal economy audit report. We have to find ways to hold the youth back. So you have one very important asset. And what's that? Time you start a place, you got one asset. Land, ground. Go fresh producer. It's the middle person. And capable weighing game receipts. They said they don't have to worry. They just stay. I'll let the government talk. 800 kilo, 1,500 kilos. So I'm go back on ground. I'm losing ground na go. I'm not seems money.
This system has worked and has attracted youths not to engage in illicit activities or wander into urban areas seeking opportunities as they can generate income at the village level. This approach is encouraged by Mr. Nugi to all provinces to ensure there is no rural-urban drift in the country.
Now when you look at it, if you do it in the wards in the province, the youth will not migrate to land. But you're not looking problems. Only like a youth problem, youth about January 10 and store fire now. Well, there's no opportunity down there, the districts and what. Oh, go mostly you go to the Pani opportunity. The lunch the finish almost you no walk, so you go Pani one I can walk.
In Midday province, Mr. Nugi stated that they are looking to build up a district development community center in Bogia, where all community development services and other partnering sectors will have to establish an office for public convenience. The current and established center is located in Imbongu, Southern Highlands.
So I want to bring the training to, say, Bogia. I want to bring financial literacy to Bogia. And I want to bring IPA. So people who do financial literacy can also register. Yeah. Then they have the IRCT number. Okay, from there, then we want to bring the business skills training, SMAC, into there. We bring IPA there. Once the finish, we want to put money in Mama Bank, Women's Micro Bank, so Mama can access it by going through that process.
In addition, the District Development Authority will have to take ownership in maintaining the overall functionality whilst implementing agencies' support with funding and training. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
France President Emmanuel Macron has written to New Caledonians, confirming he will not convene the Congress meeting on the controversial amendments. Local media report, Macron also said he is waiting for the firm and definitive lifting of all the roadblocks and the unreserved condemnation of the violence and that those who encourage unrest will have to answer for all their actions. Macron had previously confirmed he had suspended but not withdrawn New Caledonia's controversial constitutional amendments. The changes would allow more people to vote, with some fearing it would weaken the indigenous Kanak voice. In this letter, the president said France remains committed to the reconstruction of the territory and calls on New Caledonians not to give in the pressure and disarray but to stand up to rebuild. The need for a return to dialogue is mentioned several times. Port Augusta residents are divided in their support for the coalition's plan to base a small molecular nuclear reactor at the town's old power station. While South Australia's Premier says the plan would drive up electricity prices, the state's opposition says SA could profit from the nuclear industry.
Once Port Augusta's beating heart, the old Northern Power Station used to generate coal-fired electricity. Now the coalition wants it to host a small modular nuclear reactor.
We're keen to solve the energy trilemma: affordability, stability and emissions reduction. And we think this is something that should be on the table.
Locals have mixed views.
I'm just feeling surprised. And, I think it's a crazy move.
It's going to bring a lot of economic resources to Port Augusta. It's going to open up a lot of job opportunities.
It's not the first time SA has explored a nuclear industry. A 2016 Royal Commission by former Governor Kevin Scarce found it was not commercially viable to generate nuclear power.
I would support nuclear power if it didn't make electricity more expensive. But it will make it more expensive.
The opposition says another nuclear power Royal Commission is now needed ahead of the construction of nuclear submarines at Osborne.
The inquiry that I want to have is about the readiness of the state more broadly, the skills, the infrastructure that would be needed, perhaps waste disposal opportunities and needs.
Why on earth are the Liberals once again reheating this frozen pizza? We're in the middle of an economic crisis. Why would we be wasting public money on an inquiry when we already know the answer?
Port Augusta has played a key role in SA's shift to renewable energy. The government hopes a new hydrogen power plant at Whyalla will also help the state decarbonise.
Our proposition isn't to build a power station that will provide baseload electricity 24/7, but rather to provide a firming service to existing and future renewable operators in South Australia.
Any arguments that Labor make around cost and affordability, hydrogen is more expensive and less proven.
An energy debate that's set to become louder in the lead up to the next state and federal elections.
Thanks for your company. Join us at 6 for the main bulletin.